Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EVES auction room here this afternoon. My name's Grant Child and my role is very simple. It is to simply coattail the great work that our salespeople have been doing out there in the marketplace. So I've got Gemma, she's looking after all the technology in the auction room at the moment. As she moves the slide on to the next one, I'm about to introduce you to the rest of the team that are with me. Gemma's actually standing in for Robin. Unfortunately, Robin's a little bit under the weather. So we've got Craig, Karen, Jill and Gordon. They're on hand today, folks. If your bids don't take me to the owner's reserve price, then I'll simply pause the auction, give you that opportunity to keep discussions going with our sellers here, because you are members of a very elite group of people. Let me tell you, folks, I sincerely mean that, because as cash buyers, that's what you bid under here at the auctions. You are ahead of conditional buyers, and I can tell you now, the market is absolutely running rampant with what we call conditional buyers. Buyers not quite in a position to be able to bid in cash. So at the calling of the auction, effectively what that does is it gives you a 15-minute head start, again ahead of those conditional buyers, because if I close the auction, then those buyers can come forward and they can put an offer to the vendors at any stage from the moment that I have mentioned that the auction is closed. So give it your best shot here today. As you'll see, we're working our way through the documentation, the buyers and sellers guide. Well, that's been around since Adam played fullback for the Israelites. They are available on the stand outside of the auction room, and of course when you sign the contract today, you are confirming in writing that we have provided that document to you. So let's go straight to the most important one, that is, of course, the contract of sale, provided in draft form. Again, finalised copies are also available out there in the stand as well. Those are the terms and conditions that you bid under, folks. Any amendments, any additions, deletions to that contract, since it was circulated in draft form, I will alert you to that prior to inviting your bids on the properties today. So by way of any bidding, I'm going to assume that you've read, understood, accept that contract that we worked to here today, of course being on that cash unconditional basis. A couple of important points I just want to cover off in terms of the conduct of auction that's set out on the first page there. We've superimposed that in blue for you. The two important points, folks, before you commence any celebrations today, should the hammer fall in your favour, we do require you to give us your autograph on the contract, and of course part with a little bit of your hard-earned cash. Just 1/10 of the purchase price is all that's payable here today. The balance is payable on the settlement date. I'll highlight those settlement dates as we work our way through each property, because they do vary, but all that transaction is done by way of your respective solicitors anyway. So the only other thing I want to mention, folks, is in today's market, we're often just having one person that's participating in the auction in that cash position to get ahead of those conditional buyers. If we're too far away from where the owners are prepared to enter into any discussions with you, I will work alongside you with what we call vendor bids to assist you to get you to that negotiating platform, at which point we pause the auction. Nothing to be afraid of as far as vendor bids are concerned. They're always well south of the seller's reserve price. I will disclose all vendor bids to you. So essentially the vendors are actually talking to you and they're saying to you, thanks but no thanks at that level. If you want to buy our property, you will need to be above that. So the vendors are in total control as to whether they wish it, whether they sell today or whether they don't. We just need to get you aligned with where they need to be. So we can do that by way of those vendor bids, folks. So that's all I'm going to cover off, but I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have before we move on to our first property of the afternoon. No questions? Take the opportunity to welcome our viewers watching via the live stream as well, particularly some of our buyers and sellers and some of our conditional buyers, hoping that the properties don't sell out there today, so they're keeping an eye on what's going on with the properties via the live stream. So moving on to the first property of the afternoon, folks, and of course this is the property at number 33C Baycroft Avenue. There you see it come up on the screen there. Pat King's been marketing this property. Pat's away on a well-deserved break at the moment with his family being the school holidays, but Tara is in full control of their business and looking after this property in their place in their absence. So it's really not about opportunities we get in life, folks. It's more about what we do with the opportunities as they are presented to us. And this 33C Baycroft Avenue certainly presents an amazing opportunity for you. Folks, this property is being presented to the market on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen pursuant to the Criminal Proceeds Recovery Act 2000 2009. Therefore, there will be no vendor bidding on this property. Contrary to what I said in my initial statement, there will be no vendor bidding on this property. The property is being sold today on a plus GST, if any, basis. Be very clear on that. Put your hand up today, folks, and you buy it is on a plus jet. Sorry, don't worry about it, man. They have to be over 18. In accordance with the Miners Act, I can't accept bids from anybody under 18. But I do hope you work with me later on, young lady. Just emphasising that point today, folks, is plus GST, if any, for 33C Baycroft Avenue. The property offers you 310 square metres of land, more or less, all described in record of title SA 61A, folio 159. Now, there are significant changes to the contract, folks. I'm not going to go through it in their entirety, but I'm just going to make reference to a couple of them. Clause 22.1 being the powers of the official S&E, being the purchasers acknowledge that the official S&E is selling the property in exercise of the powers vested in the official S&E by the criminal, invested in the official S&E by the Criminal Proceeds Act 2009 and its amendments. Clause 22 covers off the court orders where it's expressly acknowledged by you as the purchaser that the vendor is selling under the powers of sale contained in the court orders. Clause 22.3 covers off any challenges to the sale. I won't go through that in its entirety. It is comprehensive, but it's been there right from the start. As is Clause 22.5, the purchaser's remedies. Clause 23 relates to no warranties. The purchasers acknowledge and agree that the official S&E is selling the property on an as-is whereas basis in the condition it is in on the settlement date. That is not the condition as of today, it is the condition that it is in on the settlement date, making sure that you're aware of that. Clause 23.2, the purchasers acknowledge and agree that you then enter into the contract today in reliance solely on your own judgment and inspection and not in reliance of any information, statement, representation, warranty, condition or promise or undertaking made in whatever form. Clause 23.3, the purchaser releases the official S&E from any disclaims or claims, whether in contract, tort or otherwise. Clause 24 covers off possession, in particular the official S&E's obligations, and Clause 24.4, the official S&E's access after possession, has all been contained in that clause from the outset. Clause 25 covers off any conflict. If you've got any questions or any doubts about the sale of this property, folks, a copy of that contract is available in the stand. Best you cast your eyes over it very quickly. You can say, are the terms and conditions that you bid under, and of course, in the body of the contract, there are a number of clauses in the standard contract that have been crossed out, right, with no warranty. So, any questions in relation to the sale of this property in particular? No? Excellent. I've got no registered phone bidders on this one, so it's going to be entirely up to you in the room there. No, so a little bit about the property itself there, as you'll see coming up in the photographs on the screen. It's near the inner harbour with the views of the water from the upstairs room as well. You've got a rear townhouse, folks, so this offers you some good off-street parking, as you see there on the screen as well. The home itself, well, a particularly good-sized home indeed. Bedrooms and bathrooms on each level, so well spread out, and of course you've got absolutely huge scope for potential for renovation. If you want to add your own personality, or certainly add value to the property. Nice and handy to the Fraser Cove location, not too far from the Tauranga Intermediate. So in your hands here today, buyers, we would like to say go for this one, first one of the day. I've made it very clear the terms and conditions that you bid under, so you now need to set the benchmark and set me away wherever you like. Like I said, no vendor bidding, so I can't help you with this one. Where do we start? Keep breathing, folks, don't hold your breath. Got a long way to go. Looking for an opening bid now for number 33C Baycroft Avenue. Your opportunity is here. Quickly before it disappears. Call you for the first time now, are we in or out? Second time for you to start me away. Third, last chance, in or out, otherwise I'm simply going to close the auction. Don't worry about it, man, you don't have to put the muzzle on the little one there. Close the auction, hand it back to you, Tara. A little bit more work to do on that one. I know there's some buyers doing their due diligence on that one, so I look forward to hearing a result in the near future.
Thank you, Grant.
You're welcome. All right, moving straight on to our second property for the afternoon. Callum Davidson waiting patiently up the front of the auction room here. He's the one that's been meeting you at the front door of 42 Smiths Road to show you through on the opens and your private viewings. So your search for plenty of space for parking and playground is absolutely over here at 42 Smiths Road, given the fact that you've got that wonderful fully fenced 860 square metre section indeed. All formally and legally described as a freehold estate, as 860 square metres, as I said there, all described in record of title SA 10V folio 1409. Those legal descriptions coming up on the screen there now. No other changes to the channels list that we've got there. No changes, and your settlement date still Friday the 27th of May 2022. Bit of flexibility around that. Correct. Okay, so that covers off all the legal aspects of the property, folks. You'll recall when you went and viewed the property, it is an absolutely beautiful renovated 4-bedroom home there, and of course, as you'll see coming up on the screen in this next shot, the wonderful polished timber flooring there is superbly combined with those modern conveniences as you see there on the screen. Certainly a home that invites those wonderful sunny living areas as well, again shown on that shot that you see on the screen there. And have a look out through the windows as you see there, folks. You've got that beautiful, lovely vista of the green trees through those nice big windows that let all the natural light in as well. Of course, it's all about location with this one, a sought-after Matua location. You've got the Matua School nice and handy. You've got Ferguson Park not far down the road. And of course, you've got the sparkling waters of our beautiful Tauranga Harbour not too far away indeed. Now, I was having a conversation with Callum just a few minutes ago. We've got some buyers that are very close to the final stages of their due diligence on this property, not quite in that cash position yet, but I know Callum's been working with some buyers that one of those conditional buyers that I talked about in my preamble. Cash buyers, here's your opportunity for that 15-minute head start. Where do we say go? Not going to suggest anything with this one. I know we've got buyers that are still doing their due diligence, so quite happy to give you the cash interest, the first chance here. Otherwise, I'll simply close it down and we'll keep working afterwards. Quite a common theme in the market at this point in time. We are seeing, folks, is our auction properties, they don't sell under the hammer here, they are going under contract very, very quickly afterwards. First call for cash. You set the benchmark, happy to work alongside you. Second call, third, final opportunity, 42 Smiths Road, in or out. Obviously out today as far as the cash interest is concerned. Callum, closing the option off, hand it back to you, and I'm sure you'll be continuing to work with those buyers into this evening, and I'm quite confident you'll have that property under contract very soon indeed. Right, moving on, folks. 106A Vale Street. These two extremely distinguished gentlemen over here on my right hand side. Well, all three of them. They've even got their manager here. You surprise me every week, Jason. My rules. You just absolutely screw up. Obviously, it's going to get a manager on that. Does the suit have to be back by 5 o'clock? Yeah, okay, all right. You should take a leaf out of Kelly Express book. He owns this, so hey, two great guys marketing this property here in Vale Street, folks. It's one that offers you much more than what actually meets the eye when you walk up the driveway. You've got that bottom basement level. Well, that's been operating and performing well as an Airbnb by the current owners. So, covering off the legal aspects of the property, it's commonly known as a cross-lease freehold, all described in record of title SA 40B folio 677. 20 working days from today's date, guys. It's still the settlement date, some flexibility around that. Any changes to the channels list? No amendments there. So the home itself offering you a very, very tidy area. You will have recognised that when you went and viewed the property. So coming up there on the screen as you see this, you've got the scope to modernise and add value to the property, although very comfortable and very livable in its current state as well. Superb urban views out over the Tauranga golf course. When I'm playing golf on that golf course, folks, the best place for you to be is sitting on that deck well away from me. But if you are one of those swingers folks, then just across the road is all you've got to go to, and you've got the golf course float there. So also setback off the road gives you that wonderful privacy in this property as well. Of course, for you shopaholics, you've got a very short walk down the road to the Beretta shopping precinct there, and on a little bit further, you're right on the harbour's edge. So very, very convenient location. 106A Vale Street, folks. Who stays down on this one, and what might your quantum be? Happy to suggest a figure on this one, but my figure might be different to yours.
770.
770, where did that come from? Thank you, sir. 770. Where's the baby? $770,000. Appreciate your start there, sir. We'll travel a nice $20,000 rises from here. At $770,000, we're underway here in the auction room. Entirely up to you here, folks. No telephone bid is registered for this one. At 770, mate, take it 790 if you will. First call now, second time, third. Last opportunity, and we're out. Happy to work alongside you then, sir. Vendor bid with me at 790. Take me to 810, will you? At $790,000, just do it quickly there, sir. Yep, thank you. 810 we go. At $810,000 over here on the left-hand side, obviously 30 is the next denomination we head to following the 20th roll. At $820,000, at $810,000 it is, so I'm just confirming it's with you at 810. At $810,000 the bid down here. Ignore what's up on the screen there, folks. We'll get there in a moment. At 810 it is. There we go. First call now, second time, third, last opportunity, in or out. Happy to go on behalf of the seller again, sir, at 830, a little way from where we need to be now. At 830, making it 850, shall we? Here's your opportunity now. At $830,000, sir, I'm going to tell you what, you've been doing so well, and I can just see the little buddy living in the property here. Take me to 850, I'll pause the auction, you can talk to the seller from there. First call now, are we in or out? Yep.
840.
No, 850, sir, otherwise I'm going to go again on behalf of the seller.
Alright, 850.
Thank you. Appreciate you working alongside me, sir, and I'm here to help you today. Given the fact that you're the only bidder at this point in time, I'll call it 3 more times if nobody else comes in. We'll give you that opportunity to keep discussing with our seller. First call now at $850,000, are we in or out? Second time. Third, final opportunity. Gordon, bids down there with our starter at 850, please. Can you see if you can assist us? Right, moving straight on, folks, to our next property, 549 Fraser Street. Certainly needing no introduction to the real estate market. Chanda Suri, working out of our Cameron Road office, and has been a resident in the Cameron Road office for many, many years. And we've almost got probably almost a wall covered with sales that Chanda's made over many, many years. So very experienced in marketing property by the auction process. Have a look at that, folks. A freehold townhouse on a fully fenced section, and you've got all that extra space to boot. What a great opportunity this presents you. It's formally described as that freehold estate, as I said, 381 square metres of land, more or less, is all you need to look after. SA 69C, folio 499 is the record title that describes all the legal aspects of the property. 10 working days from today's date, Chanda. Not long to wait, indeed.
Absolutely.
So, what a great option that is. Any changes to the channels? No, all is circulated there, folks. The opportunity in this property here to sit in your armchair and simply enjoy those expansive views as you see out through the windows across the Everton Park. Absolutely superb indeed. And of course, the property well presented and well cared for. Perfect place for busy people or those who just want to slow down in life and take the time to smell the roses, so to speak, and enjoy life. This one certainly ticks that box. Conveniently located within walking distance of all the comforts and amenities of the great village, and of course, if you have if you are retired and you've got a few grandies, they come and play. They need that bit of extra space. Then it's just over the fence into Pemberton Park to kick a ball or fly the kites, do whatever you like. So a great option for nomads as well as lock and leave. So I'd be happy to take a $750,000 start on this one. I know listening to my property description, I'll probably valued it up a little bit, but happy to start at $750 because it's a great option and a great opportunity. First call now for a $750 start, are we in or out? Here to work with the cash interest on. Second time. Third, final call for cash interest. Are we in or outs? Obviously no cash here today, Chandra. I know you've got some people that are looking at the property. I'm going to close the option and hand it back to you. And I'm absolutely 100% confident. I think the vendors are very, very realistic in their expectations for this property. It's not going to take long, and you'll be driving along Fraser Street and you'll see one of those big fat EVES sold stickers on that signboard very soon. Right, 16 Jude Place is the next one, and these two lovely ladies over here on the right hand side have been jointly marketing this property here. Danielle Hayes out of our Mount office and Sarah Garnett from our Bethlehem office, joining forces to provide strength in the real estate market over here on the Tauranga side. This particular home here, 16 Jude Place, built to impress and inspire. It was once a Thorn Group show home that certainly ministers an abundance both inside and out. The legal aspects of the property is a freehold estate, just 396 square metres of land, or more or less is all you have to look after here, all described in record of title 526966. Now, there's a couple of garage door remotes were added to the channels at the last minute as well. Any other changes to the channels? No changes there. And our settlement date's still just 15 working days. Not late indeed. So 15 working days, and you can take occupation of this great opportunity here at 16 Jude Place. Pleasingly generous spatial proportions to enjoy the warmth still left in that autumn sun. That's what you'll get to enjoy within this property here. It's got a wonderful, sleek and social kitchen with a nearby dining area that makes catering an absolute cinch. This is the ultimate and thoughtful design as the layout of this property here, folks. You've got that insulated garage door with the carpet as well in the garage, so that just shows you the finesse of this property. Proximity to the Gordon Carmichael Reserve, well, that's got to be an absolute winner, not to mention the Brookfield New World just minutes away, and a nice easy commute to town from 16 Jude Place. I'll tell you what, folks, I'll be quite happy to take an $800,000 start on this one. Somebody hit me away at 8. I know we've got some very strong conditional interest in Wheels. I know, Sarah, we had a chat earlier this morning, and you've got a buyer that's talking about putting an offer together to put to our vendors. So, cash interest, folks, here's your opportunity right here. Get in ahead of those conditional buyers. It's just the way the market's working at this point in time. I can tell you now, going into those conditional offers straight after auction quite often result in a multiple offer, and you'll often miss out. So the chance is here. First call. Second, last chance for cash. I'll close the auction girls and hand it back to you. Let's keep working with those buyers. And I'm sure you're going to be working for late hours of this afternoon, putting something together on that one. Right, next one up, 32 Freeburn Road. Naomi Gray from our Lakes office has had the pleasure of marketing this property here. Certainly offering you a wonderful large family home with plenty of options for families and wonderful rugged areas there for children to play. This is, I think, fair to describe this property as a wonderful children's playground, Naomi. Absolutely outstanding indeed. When we look at the legal aspects of it, folks, it's a freehold estate. 3,229 square metres of land, more or less, is what's on offer. All described in record of title SA 59A, folio 566. Now, clause 23 in the contract, folks, it does stipulate that the security system is not working, so there are no warranties. The security system does stay, Naomi, but no warranty. So that clause is in that contract to just cover that off. 20 working days from today's date is your settlement date, or such other date as mutually agreed between both parties. So any other changes to the channels? There's no changes there. So you've got that massive north-facing deck area that overlooks the bush and the trees as well to give you that wonderful enjoyment. And you've got the large lawn area separated out, the separate powered workshop as well. That's quite separate from the house. So guys, if you've got if you're one of those weekend tinkerers and like making lots of noise with toys, then machinery, then you've got that separate powered workshop area separate from the house. You've got the open plan living with the beautiful outlook from all of the living areas as well. That's an added bonus to the property. And of course an extra bonus as well is that extremely large master bedroom as well. Well positioned for a work from home situation. You would have recognised that when you viewed the property, and you've got an office area that can certainly be closed off from the main house with a separate entrance as well. So great facilities and a plethora of options here at 32R Freeburn Road. Who says go on this one? Who would like to start me away?
1.4.
1.4, underway at $1,400,000. At that sort of juncture, you're going to leave me no option but to go in $50,000 rises. So, appreciate the start at 1.4, looking for a $50,000 rise now. At $1,400,000, take me to 50 if you will. Thank you, sir. 1450 on the back wall now at 1450, making it 1.5 to be there with our phone letter over here. All the documentation's in place. At 1.5 we go. 550 metre retort there, sir. 1.5 it is over here. At 1,005,000, do we make it 550, sir? Are you in or out? 550 we go now. At $1,550,000, making it 1.6, shall we? With the phone letter here, let's at the back of the room here at $1,550,000. Are we in or out? 1.6, do we say for your bidder there? In or out now? 1,550,000. 1.6 it is. 1,600,000 it is. Do we say 650 for you there, sir? At $1,600,000 with our phone bidder. 650 we go now. $1,650,000 in the back of the room here, nearly seated, right on the back wall now, at $1,650,000. Where do we go from here? Happy to take a 25 from here if it'll help. Make it 1,675 if you will. $1,650,000 fairly bid at the back of the room there, making it 75, shall we? First call now, $1,650,000. Are they in or out? Second time, Steve.
Second score, what are you going to do? 166.
60. 1,660 down to the 10s. 70, sir.
1.7.
1.7. Beautiful. Loving your work there, sir. A good strategic move indeed. At $1,700,000 on the back wall it is. At $1,700,000, the 10s didn't quite work. They might want to change it back up again. Shaking your head the wrong way. At $1,700,000 in favour of the bidder at the back of the room here. First call now, 1.7 for anything on top. Otherwise we pause and talk at the back. Second time now at 1.7. Are we in or out? Third. Final opportunity. Don't finish Simon at $1,700,000. Karen bids at the back of the room 1.7 with our buyer. Could you see if you can help, please? Alright, back we go for a brief moment, folks. 106A Vale Street. I've had an increased bid to $855,000. Can you just confirm that for me, please, sir? At $855,000, instructions up from the owner as the property is not for sale at that juncture. At $855,000, I'll call it 3 times. If you want the opportunity to discuss with our sellers, you need to put something on top, otherwise we're simply going to close the auction. First call now at $855,000. Are we in or out? Second call. Third. Final chance. Don't finish Simon at $855,000. Options closed. I'll hand it back to you, sir. $855,000. There's a little more work to do. Keep working with Kelly. We'll see if we can help you after the auction. Well, moving on, folks, I'm Blake Chippen Blade, Deputy Labour and Neil McIntosh. Debbie's working out of our Pathmar office, Neil working out of our Bethlehem office, joining forces for this wonderful opportunity here at 8 Chippen Way. So an inviting timeout zone upstairs is absolutely perfect for the home-based business office, with the doors opening out to that balcony overlooking the surrounding courtyard is just simply superb indeed. It is a freehold estate, 336 square metres of land more or less, plus you get an undivided 1/13th share of 1,051 square metres, all comprised and described in Record of Title SA 53A folio 347. Now, an additional clause in the contract, folks, I'm not going to go through it in its entirety. It simply makes reference to the fact that the vendors, having not been in occupation, make no warranties as to the channels, fixtures and fittings of the property. 20 working days is our settlement date, team, with a bit of flexibility around that. Any other changes to the channels list? No? All good to go. So you've got that downstairs living area that's an ideal setting for relaxing and entertaining. It connects to that hidden outdoor sanctuary that's offered at 8 Clippan Way. It's light, bright, it's refreshed with new carpet and paint, so nice and fresh for you to move into. You've still got room in the property for some future improvements if you so wish. an absolute ideal lock and leave holiday home or a nice quiet safe haven in a private tranquil location just across from the beach as well. So in your hands for this one, buyers, where would you like to start this one away? If you're in that position of cash, disclose it now or forever hold your peace. First call now. Second opportunity for a start for 8 Kippers Way. Get to work with the cash interest only. Third, final chance, so in or outs. Obviously no cash here today, guys. I'm going to close the auction. I mean, this is just an outstanding opportunity. What sort of buying power do we need for a property of this calibre in this location?
We'll price it at 1.780. 1.78.
$1,780,000 buys that property today, folks. So Neil and Deb, they'll wait around a little while out there at reception, have a chat to them. $1,780,000 is your buying out price for that property. The auction is closed.
Thank you.
All right, back we go to 32 Freeburn Road. I have a minute bid now. So can you just confirm your bid now at $1,790,000?
Yes.
At $1,790,000 is the owner of the property your instructions to me today to sell the property to the highest bidder, sir?
Yeah.
At $1,790,000. Vendor and purchaser sitting over here entering into conversation already. Doesn't exclude you folks while the auction is still live though. Happy to take anything you put on top. At $1,790,000, we sell the property here today. It is here for outright sale. First call now, are we in or out? Second time now. Third, final opportunity. It goes, it goes. Thank you, sir. $1,790,000. Congratulations, of course, to our sellers. Right, moving on, folks, through our catalogue today, 39C 14th Avenue. Davidson from our Cameron Road office been presenting this great opportunity. Girls, you must have had an excellent light marketing this property, eh? Look at it, it's standing in its radiant glory up there. An Executive Avenue's townhouse has been carefully curated just 5 years ago to cater for those that have got busy lives or you hectic social butterflies. This is definitely one that ticks the box for you. The property is legally described as a freehold estate. A record of title 557532 confirms you get 459 square metres of land, more or less. Now, there's some excluded channels. The Alexa system does not stay. The 2 garage speakers don't stay. The infrared sensors in the dining lounge and the garage, they do not stay. The vendors will be taking those with them. So, any other changes to the channels, Miss Girls? No? 30th of June 2022, still our settlement date. So flexibility around that, so if you need an alternative date, just talk to the girls, they'll accommodate that for you. Absolutely fabulous entertaining deck sitting below the Norfolk pine, the oak tree and the Pahutakawa trees. Just simply sets your setting there for outstanding entertaining areas. You've got that unique bar there, you can see it over here in the centre of the screen there, off the kitchen window, complete with the stacker window as well. Absolutely fantastic for barbecuing, and I guess you can set yourself up in the kitchen there as a bar and just serve the drinks out through the windows there. Fantastic setup, great entertaining. Pardon?
The other side of the window suits me better.
Well, on the kitchen side.
No.
I think you've done your time in there, Diane. A great open plan. I'm not saying that you're old, I'm saying you're experienced. You've got your great open plan living there with the dedicated office milk set atop that beautiful oak flooring as well. That's just testimony to the quality of this home. It's wired for smart living, so I mean, you can do things off your phone and everything and control the house from your phone. So simply fantastic indeed. It's got solid build with the living quarters on the same floor. Superb quality home there, as I've alluded to, that almost still carries that new build aroma. That's how well it's been looked after in the 5 years that it's been there. So in your hands, buyers, who says go for this one? Looking for the cash interest. First call, quickly. Second time. Third, last chance if you're in that position of cash. Obviously none today, folks, so we're going to close the auction, girls. What sort of money do we need for this property?
So, Grant, today this fabulous home is priced at $1,549,000.
$1,549,000, folks. If you even remotely want a dream home, then that's the property for you there. $1,549,000 buys the property. Talk to the girls and they will assist you with that one. I think you make sure you feel thankful. You're going to be busy once that price gets out there.
Thank you for your extra.
You're welcome. Danielle Hayes and Sarah Garnett. So joining forces in this with this handsome Hunting brick. It's an absolute sweet talk of this wonderful property here, and it's poised almost perfectly centred upon its 625 square metre site, more or less. That's a freehold site. We'll describe in record of title SA 50B folio 651 as 625 square metres of land, more or less. 95 days from today's date is the settlement date. Obviously tenant property, so if you want to buy the property and keep the tenants on, I'm sure the vendors would entertain an earlier settlement date. Any changes to the channels list? No other changes there, folks. So you've got an absolute abundance of natural light, bathes the home in interior sunshine, very clearly shown in that shot that you see there up there on the screen. You've got the wood burner, well that's on standby for those winter duties not too far away, if they ever arrive. I wouldn't think so, the temperatures that we're still experiencing now, but it is there if you need it. You've got the modernised kitchen, well you've got an equally as dapper bathroom as well. It's a golden opportunity for those with a notion to improve upon what is already refurbished amidst that strong foundations that this property offers you, appealing to the first home owners or the young families with rambunctious offspring who would simply want to rule the backyard indeed. So great option here for you today, folks. 72 Kingswood Road. Who says go and what's the quantum? First call for a start. Second time. Last time for cash interest only. Close the auction. There's a little bit more work to do to find the buyer for that. I'm sure there'll be a conditional buyer out there not too far away. I'd suggest that you're having an open home this weekend, be prepared to be busy. So it's a great option. You're welcome. 103 State Highway 2, we're heading up towards the wonderful metropolis of Waihi now. Brooke Edwards and Steve Cameron from our Waihi office have been presenting this property. Certainly a sought after opportunity to secure an entry lifestyle property on the edge of Waihi, and of course you've got that added bonus of the potential to add value to it as well. Formerly described in record of title SA 4B, folio 1170, as a freehold estate, being 1.6147 hectares more or less as a standard for contracts in this location. The Waihi Mine clause is inserted in the contract, been there since the outset, just guiding you where you need to go to get any advice or seek any advice regarding the Waihi Mine concerns. 40 working days, Brooke, is our settlement date. Any other changes to the channels list? No changes there. Got a touch over 1.6 hectares for this one there, folks. It's mostly in well-fenced grazing, and of course it's bordering the Crown land, featuring a stream and all those wonderful established trees as well. So you've got 4 range sliders that spill out onto the wraparound deck area that you see there on the screen. Look at that, you've got the wonderful animals there, all but on the deck there to join you as well. You've got the exceptional views out to Mount Te Aroha, and of course the Mamaku Ranges in the distance as well. A nice light bright family home with a perfect playground for you to raise the kids as well. Now, we do, Brooke, I understand, I was talking to Steve this morning, we've got a couple of buyers that are still doing their due diligence on this property, so I'm going to put it over to you folks for a start. Otherwise I'll just simply close the auction and we keep working with those buyers. Still got a few boxes to tick for their DD at this point in time. First call now, are we out? Second time for a cash start. Third, final opportunity. If you're in that position of cash, you need to let us know now. Close the auction, Brooke, hand it back to you, and a little bit more work to do, and I'm sure you'll be letting me know very shortly that those buyers doing their due diligence are ready to go, and you've got that property under contract. It's a great option indeed. Thanks, Brooke. Right, next one up, number 6A, Sheath Street. As you see, Jeff and Sarah Garner have been marketing this property. Now, before I share with you some pearls of wisdom about this home, again, as I mentioned in my preamble, folks, this property here has got some very strong conditional interest being shown on it, and I'm absolutely confident that the way Jeff and Sarah Garner work, this property will be under contract within hours if you don't buy it in that position of cash here today. So, a very sunny afternoon deck space for those leisure hours is what you see there on the screen, introducing the property to you here this afternoon. The legal aspects of it, it's a freehold estate, 413 square metres of land, more or less, all described in record of title 523249. Now, the electric hob, range hood, underbench oven, dishwasher, they have all been added to the channels list at late notice. They were missed off with the earlier documentation. So when you bid and buy today, you do get that dishwasher, underbench oven, the range hood, and the electric hob. Any other changes to the channels list at all there, Jeff?
As circular, thank you.
Okay, and 20 working days from today's date, still that settlement date?
Or if someone wanted earlier, that was possible as well.
Bit of flexibility around that as well. So you've got that nice tidy property here. It's got a good interior, good outdoor flow with that wonderful deck area that I mentioned a little bit earlier there. The kitchen's been freshened up and provides good kitchen surface space for you as well. You've got that seated bar style off the dining area as well. Great for entertaining, and of course being just off Fifth Avenue rather, you're nice and close to the local schools, shops, public transport, all access that the Avenues properties offer you here, and some awesome all but inner city living here in Sheath Street. So, like I said, we've got strong conditional interest in the property. Who says go? If you're in that position of cash, I'm just going to quickly call you 3 times. Otherwise, we're just going to hand it straight back to Jeff to keep working with those conditional buyers. Once, twice, last opportunity, in or outs. Close the auction, hand it back to you, Jeff. Right, moving on to our next one in our catalogue for the day, 338 Waihi Road, Chumba been marketing this property. Again, been a busy lady out there, Chunda, as you always are. And this one, it's a freshened up 80s abode on a freehold title, elevated site. So great elevation for you, for those of you that like to have a good outlook. It is a freehold estate, 407 square metres of land, more or less, all described in record of title 294008. 10 working days, Chunda was our settlement date, with flexibility around that. The changes to the channels list or anything. So it's a rare opportunity to secure some lovely views by day and of course by night once all the lights start dancing into light. And of course with the getting dark a little bit earlier, but still nice and warm opportunity for you to relax out on the deck there and take in those wonderful views at night as well. And of course you don't need a great big budget to be able to capitalise on these. 114 square metres of living area split into the 2 levels, provides ample space there, but of particular note is the spacious open plan lounge and dining, and that's of course had a fresh coat of paint for you as well. Great opportunity to live in a central location within minutes to obviously the Bethlehem and Brookfield shopping centres, popular schools, all nice and handy, cafes, walks, arterial routes, well, all nice and close to home here at 338 Waihi Road. In your hands, buyers, where would you like to say go for this one? Here work with the cash interest only. No registered phone bidders, it's up to you here in the room. First call. Second time for you to disclose your cash interest. Third, last chance, in or outs. Okay, I'm going to close the auction now. Chunda, we're going to price this property. What sort of money do we need to be able to buy a property like this? I think that you're going to be very busy once this price hits the market, I can assure you of that.
Very low price on the market at $699.
$699,000 buys that property, folks. That's your buy now price here for 338A Waihi Road. If you're watching via the live stream and you are looking for a wonderful opportunity and you've got the budget, $699 is all you need and you can buy that property today. Just call Chunda, she'll be back at the Cameron Road office and she will certainly help you with that, but I would suggest you need to be quick.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Right, moving on. Number 4, Verbena Glen. Somebody else that's very busy out there in the marketplace. Kelly and Corey Ormsby from our Mount Maunganui office doing a sterling job as they always do. Presenting to you this 3-bedroom home. Now it's got the attached 1-bedroom flat. That is an absolute bonus where both occupants can use the yard for communal space, or of course it's easily separated for privacy, but absolutely outstanding setup, Kelly, for perhaps combined families coming together to utilise the wonderful spaces. Good flexibility in this property, as much flexibility I would suggest as probably as an Olympic gymnast. The property is described as a freehold estate, 837 square metres of land, more or less, is what's on offer. All described in record of title, say 47C folio 612. Now, the swimming pool, the spa pool fencing is not compliant with council bylaws, folks, so you need to be well aware of that. And the fridge is not included in the sale, it does not stay. So, 13th of May 2022 is the settlement date. Kelly, any other changes or amendments to the channel list? No, all is circulated, so there it is all on the screen there, folks, for you. So moving on, the property itself elevated to enjoy a wonderful view off the deck of the main house as well. A great spot for your morning cup of tea, or just relax and enjoy the warmth and read your favourite book from that location on the deck as well. You've got the spacious living area for you and your family to spread out and enjoy the sun just streaming into the home, as you see there on the screen. An absolute kaleidoscope of options for this property. Nice and handy, located to the Bayfair precinct. Now, it's also, if you're looking for an investment property, folks, this property has got a potential return combined of in excess of $1,000 a week. So it's got to be good for you. Good opportunity. Like I said, you know, more flexibility than an Olympic gymnast. So, in your hands, guys, looking for cash. All I do is an auctioneer. I only deal with cash. I don't muck around with those conditional buyers. I'm only here to work to help with cash buyers. Ones that have done all their due diligence, done all their homework, and are ready to go. But, like I said in my introduction, folks, the market is absolutely swarming with what we call conditional buyers. First call now for cash interest. Second, last chance, in or outs. Close the option, Kelly, hand it back to you, my friend. There's a little bit more work to do, but I know that's a great option there, and you're going to have people all over that property very shortly, I can assure you of that. Right, let's come out to the front of the auction room here to present this property is 172A Ocean Beach Road. In fact, you don't do it, Dirk, I'll present it for you. You've done all the hard yards so far, presenting the property out there at the open homes and the private viewing, so I'll do all the hard work for you today, mate. You just stand there and take the glory that you deserve. So, absolutely. Big Murray working out of our Mount office, doing a great job. 172A Ocean Beach Road is the property we're talking about, recently and tastefully renovated, overlooking a wide beach reserve, giving that wonderful ocean outlook as well. The legal aspects of it, folks, is commonly referred to as a cross-lease freehold property, all described in record of title, say 40C folio 548. Now, the security system, it does stay, but it's not operational. So, as is. As is. No warranties in terms of the security system of the property. 20 working days, still our settlement date there.
Some flexibility.
Yeah, a bit of flexibility around that as well. No other changes. Very comprehensive channels, as you'd expect from a property this calibre.
Absolutely.
So, have a look at this, folks. You've got the home itself. It's elevated. It's got the double glazing. That simply contributes to a nice, quiet lifestyle there. And of course, you've got the golf course access running right along your fence line there. So easy access down on the golf course there for those of you that enjoy swinging a golf club or two. The modern open plan interior complements your comfortable surroundings at the property at 172A Ocean Beach Road. You've got that pedestrian island that makes the slow meander to the beach a safe and easy decision to make indeed. So in your hands, guys, who would like to say go for this one? 172A Ocean Beach Road. Who says go? You do have registered telephone bidding for this one? 1,500,000 are underway at the back of the room now, 1.5. Thank you. Appreciate the start there at 1.5. They have to oblige to take $50,000 rises from here. A little way to go to where I need to be able to help you here today. But appreciate the start there, man, at 1,500,000.
155.
$1,550,000 with the total, with the phone bid of 1.6, immediate retort now. On the knot at 1.6 it is, 650 to be say. At $1,600,000 at the back there. Gets the phone bidder there at $1,600,000. So we have another 50 rise there. First call now, are we ever out? Second time for you to rejoin us now. Quickly now.
1610.
No, definitely not. Not at this level, I'm afraid. 25, I'll take 25. That's going to help them. Certainly not 10 at this level, far too far away from where we need to be. At $1,600,000, I'm happy to take the 25. First, second, third, last chance, and we work alongside you the amendment 1625 with me. The end of it at $1,625,000, a little way to go yet. Make it 1650 if you will. The bid's with me on behalf of the seller at $1,625,000. 650 it is. $1,650,000 it is. With our starter bidder here at $1,650,000 it is. Be very clear at $1,650,000 fairly bid at the bank. Looking for another 25 rise. First call, second time, third, last opportunity for you. And I'm obliged to go once more on behalf of the seller at 1675. Take it at 1.7. We'll give you the opportunity to keep discussing with the seller at that point in time. At $1,675,000, I can't help you with it at any other level than 1.7.
Oh, 1.7.
Thank you. Appreciate you working with me at $1,700,000. First call around at 1.7, are we all right? Second time, man of my word, I said we'd pause and talk at that juncture. Third, last opportunity for you to come back in again if you want it, phone bidder. Karen bids in the back left-hand corner there at 1.7. Can you see it in the system, please? Resolved on Ocean Beach Road as soon as we can, folks. Negotiations will continue. In the meantime, we'll present the final property for this afternoon, number 3, Sunvale Place. And just before I do present this property, I just want to confirm for you, folks, I've been making this statement all the way through about how busy the real estate market is at the moment with conditional buyers. We presented the property at Sheath Street. I wasn't joking when I said we had strong conditional interest. I've just been advised that there is already an offer being prepared and coming in on that property as well. So if you're interested in Sheath Street, you better get your A to G and get something organised because there is already an offer coming in. So moving back to number 3, Sunvale, marketed by the same people, Jeff and Sarah Garnett, doing a great job as you always do out there, folks. A nice tidy 3-bedroom home with a fully fenced private yard here at number 3, Sunvale Place. Formerly described as a freehold estate, record of title SA 54B, folio 93, confirms the property is 450 square metres of land, more or less. Now, an amendment to the channels list where there was a wall oven included in the original documentation that has been removed. It doesn't stay. 92 days from today's date is our settlement date.
That's correct.
92 days, so obviously the property is tenanted at the moment, isn't it, for a long year? Yeah, so investors, if you want to buy today and get an immediate return on your investment, then here's your opportunity.
It's not a wall oven, it's a freestanding oven. So there is an oven, but it's freestanding.
The oven is freestanding. The original documentation said a wall oven. There is no wall oven there. So
it's a freestanding oven.
Yeah, so there is an oven there, it's freestanding, but there is no wall oven, just confirming that. So you've got that, as I said, a nice tidy home there, particularly the tidy interior, but you've got the opportunity to freshen it up and express your own values and who you are, and of course that will add value to the property as well. You've got that lovely sunny disposition with the private deck space. Well, that's certainly an extra bonus to residing in this property here. The double garage with the off-street parking, well, again, that's an added bonus to this property as well. So, anyway, here's buyers 3 Sunvale Place. Looking for the cash interest here today. Otherwise, I can tell you now, these guys will have this property under contract in no time indeed. The way they operate. Been working with them for a long time. First call for cash.
Man, the back's got lots of cash.
Second.
He's got loads.
Last chance in or out. Obviously no cash today, folks. I'm going to close the auction what sort of buying power do we have? This one here, I reckon you better make sure that both of your cars are for fuel, because once this price gets out to the marketplace, you're going to be busy on this one. How much do we need?
We're pricing it at $719,000.
$719,000. That's all you need, folks. So if you've got that sort of budget, then talk to Jeff and Sarah. Our vendors are very, very keen to talk to somebody. So they're buying our price at $719,000. The option's closed. So you're going to have a busy weekend once that price gets out, guys. I guarantee it. In fact, to your relationship drive consultant very soon, folks. All right, back we go, folks. I told you we'd give people opportunities to continue discussions. 172 a Ocean Beach Road. I have amended bid now at $1.8 million. Can you just confirm that bid for me, please, ma'am?
Yes.
At $1,800,000. Our vendor sitting over on the left-hand side instructing me. I sell away here to the highest bidder at $1,800,000. First call now before it goes. Second time. Third. Last chance. Congratulations, Congratulations, folks. The property's sold. On behalf of the team at EVES, that concludes our day today, folks. We'll be back again next week. We've got another 15 properties next week. We'll see you then.